their whole physical shape is so different from mine as a human that it's a different experience than, say, when I first glance at a chimpanzee or any others, or even a mammal, right? So when I look at
You do have a bit of a chimp body.
an alligator, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It was meant as a compliment. As you
I
know.
took it that way.
Here's your banana.
Best beast on earth.
Why, hello there, freak. So glad you could join us. Time to listen in on another seriously silly conversation with Gretchen and the Lukes.
Hey there, Lukes.
Hello, Gretchen.
Ready to have a conversation?
I'm in the mental mindset to have a back and forth verbal sentence war.
Is that Aspie informational for like, yeah, I got time for a quick chat?
Exactly.
Nice.
Robot will talk.
Nice. All right.
I'm interested in, today, as usual, I'm interested in animals.
Always. They're fascinating.
This one affects us, I think, personally.
Oh.
This story that I just read today for the first time about Lake Erie.
Yeah, one of the Great Lakes.
One of the Great Lakes, indeed. If I was going to rank the lakes in any order, I'd say it was one of the great ones.
Ohio is right there on the lake. You grew up around there. This is what I know about those lakes so far.
And you know also that I just visited there with our children while you were here working. And
enjoyed the lake, it looked like. A lot of good pictures.
Our son went in the lake and was swimming in it, which is always questionable because Lake Erie still has some, let's just say, some survivors of the trash age.
Right. Wait, what does that mean?
Floating,
stuff still getting dumped in it?
Yeah.
Sewage?
Floating,
what's going on in there?
Floating
gross stuff?
garbage, and once in a while you'll see a tampon floating through, or just stuff that where you're like, I don't know if you want to be putting your head under that water. And our son loves to dive into any water that's around, so he was in there. But once you hear the story, you're gonna be dreaming and wishing for tampons floating by him because.
Oh my God! What is the hell is this story? Because every time you say that, I visualize it, and I'm like there's nothing grosser in the world almost. Okay.
Well, this isn't gross. This is more dangerous.
Okay.
This is,
tampons can be dangerous if you leave them in for too long. Toxic shock syndrome.
That's true.
Just saying. Public announcement from
true.
like 1950. We know that now.
Yeah, I don't think our son was in danger of toxic shock, but he might have been in danger of shock had he seen what someone saw in Pennsylvania in Lake Erie, which, if you know Lake Erie at all, it saddles up to Ohio and Pennsylvania and I think a little bit of Michigan, maybe.
They all have shoreline. All states have shoreline on Lake Erie.
On Lake Erie. And that used to be a powerhouse for ship transport between all those big major cities like Detroit and...
You're going back before railroads, right?
Yes, yeah.
When the canals, shipping.
I believe Detroit. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure parts of Detroit and maybe there's a river that goes through there. But whatever. Point being, it's connected to Pennsylvania, and they found an alligator.
A straight up a big alligator?
Well, you could argue that it's big because what would you consider a small alligator?
Wait, first I got to pause.
There's an alligator.
Are there ever alligators?
No,
there's not. They're not in there, right?
No,
okay.
No, that's like down in Florida in the
Wait,
bayou.
are alligators only saltwater?
No, I think alligators can exist in rivers.
So it could live. Well, obviously, it's living in this lake. Okay, so
apparently someone had a pet that they no longer could either afford or feed or stand or could no longer survive. But it was an alligator, and this thing was. We'll take a guess how big this. They call it a small alligator.
Oh,
you're not really good with numbers.
No, but
like,
I guess a small alligator, 24 inches, 2 feet.
2 feet. Well, that's a good guess. That's what I was thinking. This thing was 3 feet long.
3 feet. 3 feet.
So imagine you're in the
36 inches. That's bigger than a fish. Well, not all fish, but
it's bigger than a tampon.
Definitely.
But
way more deadly.
Capable of way more blood.
So there's a 3-foot alligator.
And it was on the shores of Lake Erie, like I guess north, south, east of where our son was. And I don't know which way it was floating, but, that's kind of dangerous. I guess they're searching for it now, and they're trying to get it I guess, captured. I don't think they'll kill it. It's only 3 feet big. But that's still pretty big.
Now, that includes the tail, right?
I believe they measure the tail
that's
along with it.
Part of it. Why would I think? They'd be like, how tall am I? Well, do you want me to include my head in the measurement or just up to my neck?
Just belly to elbow. Belly to elbow, if you could.
That's standard, isn't it?
I believe
knock off at least one body limb. Like people knock off a few pounds.
Right. Well, if you have that alligator swimming next to you, you might knock off more than a limb.
So I'm picturing this. First of all, kudos to you for potentially outing yourself as making a risky parental decision when you're flying solo with the kids. Also, this is like when you bring someone to a...
I just got to say, I didn't make that decision. I came down and there was a swimming going on. That was...
You walked into that. Decision had been made by son. I know who he is. Yep.
And the decision I made was to not pull him out.
Good decision.
Yeah.
Good decision. Good decision. I mean, considering he didn't have a run-in. Now, wait, is there a part B? Did he have a run-in or wrestle this alligator?
No, he had no face-off with any creature.
Okay.
Or any female apparati.
Okay. All right. So,
as I know you ladies call your
I don't have to
tampons.
panic. Yes, female apparati. So, whoa. Now, I wonder if this alligator is going to turn to a big one, or if it's always meant to be, was it bred to be small? Like how there was a craze where people wanted pigs, but pot-belly miniature pigs because they wanted them in Manhattan.
Right. This thing might grow depending on how many young boys like our son it eats.
Because, if this could turn into a big old alligator.
Funny you should mention that because there are
alligator.
some alligators that have been spotted in the New York sewer.
What the hell?
There's a video that I saw that shows these.
Man. This is just like that movie. Do you remember the movie? From, I don't know, back in the times about the alligator. I think it was just called Alligator.
Called Alligator.
And it was like somebody flushed a tiny baby alligator, down the toilet, and it lived in the sewers and began hunting and haunting and hunting people.
Right. No, I haven't seen that one, but this is exactly like that. And they have video proof that there are multiple alligators living down there, which is...
Oh, my God.
So that's why they're so concerned about the one in Lake Erie, because it will grow and it will find a place to live and hunt.
And breed. Oh,
as
my
animals
gosh.
do.
There are... That's why... Do you think there are alligators in other sewers? Like, I wonder if they're in all the cities.
Like here in Texas, do you think?
Are these the reptile alien elite rising and we just think they're alligators? Is this what they're talking about?
It could be.
When people talk about there's the lizard blue people, aliens, and they're underground and they're going to rise up and they're like the elite aliens.
People are talking about this?
Of course.
Man, I haven't heard this part. That scares me because it sounds exactly like what this alligator looks like.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Do they describe these aliens as being short with 4 legs?
Well, they say reptilian in a way.
Well, there you go.
Hybrid reptilian thing, an alligator, right?
They're reptilian.
Kind of like...
They're as reptilian as you get.
I mean, that scares me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would like to see
alligators.
I would like to see the spaceship that has to house those alligators.
And how they fly it.
Yeah.
Without the thumb.
All I keep picturing is Far Side with Gary Larson.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh, yeah.
Just personifying and anthropomorphizing the alligator trying to fly a spaceship with his little short arms. I can't get the steering wheel right, Fred.
Maybe they steer with their tails.
Oh, see?
You got to think like an alligator.
That's true. And
we're thinking, man, our best chance at moving stuff is using our arms and hand. These two appendages.
Yeah, we're right.
For us.
For us,
right?
But not for alligators.
You can't speak for alligators.
I can't speak for alligators. I would never think to speak for alligators because who knows? Maybe that alligator doesn't want to be in Lake Erie. He's like, this place is polluted. I just saw a tampon float by. You don't know what those alligators are in what desperate state they're in.
What if that alligator was not a pet irresponsibly released? Of course, that will be the news front story to keep us all calm. But what if that one is an escapee from the sewers in New York? If all these canals are connected, so what if really they are breeding and spreading? And we might be getting invaded.
Well, that's the fear I have, and that's the story I'm going with. And I'm not going to let our son swim in Lake Erie until this thing is found.
Do you find alligators beautiful or creepy? Or like if you are going to a zoo or a place that has alligators, on display, do you look at them and what are your thoughts?
Well, funny you should mention that because I just went with that same son to the zoo.
God, don't tell me he jumped in the alligator pit.
Just for a swim.
I could
just
see
a
it.
quick swim. He and I did get to see some crocodiles and alligators. And it's an interesting, they're bumpy and they're sort of always float. This one was floating with his two eyes and half his tail sort of floating above the water, and his tail was sort of like sweeping him forward, and he was chilling. It was like he was in a sauna or a what's the jacuzzi, but belly down. And so it wasn't an amazing wildlife exhibition.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a chill. This dude, but they're beasts. They're hungry, and you can't be mad at them when they eat your dog.
Exactly. It's not personal.
Keep it away from the.
It's meat.
Yeah, it's meat.
It's meat. They don't individualize. This meat is on a person. No. It's just meat on bones. Meat on bones.
And they don't care about the stigma of being a dog eater.
Yeah, they're not reading our newspapers.
No,
they're not on our social media. They got their own thing down in the sewer.
Yeah, they got their concerns are totally different.
They want to show off fat-fed bellies.
Yeah,
I'm a good hunter.
Yeah,
I'm a good gator.
That's their alpha move.
When I look at an alligator or a crocodile in some kind of enclosure, they kind of mystify me because, so on first glance, my response to their visual would be one of like fear, or kind of like, whoa,
all those teeth, those kind of,
so because they're intimidating,
they're ugly,
and the hardness of their skin,
right.
Or scales, or the way they're sculpted, and their giant teeth and all their proportions. It's almost like their whole physical shape is so different from mine as a human that it's a different experience than, say, when I first glance at a chimpanzee or any others, or even a mammal, right? So when I look at
you do have a bit of a chimp body.
An alligator. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It was meant as a compliment. As
I took it that way.
Here's your banana.
Best beast on earth. So when I look at one of those crocodiles or alligators, it's like I look at their body and I think like it doesn't look real to me. By real, I think I mean it doesn't look alive, it looks like it was created or sculpted. But then I stare into their eyeballs, and
which are on either side of its head.
Yes, I stay into their eyeball one at a time.
Yeah. As
I'm running left, right in the enclosure, trying to catch eye contact.
Trying to avoid getting bitten.
No, trying to look in their eyes. And it freaks me out when I look at their eyes because I see their eyes moving. And I feel like, ooh, we have that in common. Eyeballs scanning. But I feel so like, they feel like, I don't know how to even say it. Like they can kind of mesmerize me, but I feel like they're like a hybrid being. Like a robot with AI or something, where I'm like...
Do you feel they have thoughts about you dodging left and right to make eye contact with them while they scan you with their eyes? Is it...
Well, that's what I'm trying to see by looking deep into their eyes. I'm trying to see, is there that resonance of existence, Yeah. I can feel resonance with a flower if I look at it long enough. I can feel resonance with all kinds of things. But the alligator and crocodile... I struggle to find resonance. It's very strange. I feel like there are an alien creature almost.
Yeah. Well, they have black, dark eyes, so that's typically hard to look through.
Now I'm trying to picture different examples of alligator eyes, because now I'm like, they don't have dark eyes.
Don't they?
I mean, maybe they do. I know they have that other eyelid thing, the sideways eyelid. That
why do I picture them having like black eyes?
Maybe they do. They probably do.
Here, I'll look.
I gotta know now. The dark eyes of an alligator, and then I always get alligator and crocodile confused. Even though then I always look it up, and then I always still forget it because I know one is bigger, and I feel like one is maybe only salt water. Maybe it has nothing to do with that, but I kind of feel like maybe it does.
Those eyes, those look pretty black.
Not dark. Yeah, see, they blend into the bumps.
Yeah, they do. They're camouflaged.
Alligator
on
eyes.
Purpose.
I mean, they're pretty amazing. I mean, I guess really it feels almost like what it may be coming face to face with a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Something that feels so out of my time on this planet. So it's for me like some reptiles feel so different than mammals and birds, things like that. They feel prehistoric, I guess. Well, maybe they are, right?
Same with those lizards. When we saw it when we were at the zoo, we saw a little lizard cross the path, which I think is kind of interesting. This lizard is in a zoo, so it is by nature or by definition captive, but it is outside of an enclosure. It was just on our path, so it is by definition free.
Yeah. Because
So-
is it captive or is it like a zoo squatter? Where like the local
That's what I'm
wildlife.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming it's a squatter because if it's in the zoo, technically it's it's a captive. That's what zoos are all about. They capture animals to preserve them and conserve them.
I know how you could tell. Did the lizard look like it was maybe a little paranoid, kind of looking over its shoulder as it scurried
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the path, or was it just freewheeling?
It was looking over its shoulder and it was carrying a briefcase.
Okay, because the looking over your shoulder tells me. Because see, if you're an official captive animal at the zoo, then like you're in their system. They've
Yeah.
got your numbers. They probably got you tagged. Who knows, a
For sure. This
microchip.
one
They
did not
can
seem-
track you.
Yeah, this did not seem to have a tag or a microchip. I don't know about the microchip.
Because
I couldn't see that.
that's why. But see, that the being paranoid would make me think it's a captive who's made an escape, because they're coming for you. It's a matter of
It
time.
was so small. It would have to be maybe in a aquarium as opposed to a cage.
I'm gonna guess then that this probably is not one of the zoo specimens,
Yeah,
but a
I think it was a
local
squatter.
like gecko or
Yeah.
a little common lizard, just going best neighborhood in all the city.
Right? She's like, when are we getting fed?
This is-
Lions?
Awesome.
Yeah, and as long as you avoid things that eat lizards.
Which they got to do in the outside world anyway.
But at a zoo, I think there's a heavy concentrate of things that eat lizards.
True, you got your birds of prey.
Birds of prey.
Those
probably
MFers are pretty badass. Let's just take a moment to give praise to birds of prey. I
Yeah.
mean, they're crazy.
We saw the vultures, and so our son and I talked a little bit about vultures and how they wait around for dead bodies and carcasses and peck out eyeballs and
I
all
thought that was
stuff.
buzzards.
Or maybe it was a buzzard that we saw. Maybe it was a buzzard.
Yeah, which ones eat just the dead stuff?
I think vultures.
Maybe
do
it is
too.
vultures.
Yeah, I think they're both.
Vultures
But
and
we
such
saw,
a good service,
We saw
by
those
the
birds
way.
of prey, and we saw an eagle. And this one only had a receding hairline. It was really sad. You could
wasn't
tell
fully
It
bald?
was a teenage, bald eagle.
Oh,
And it was just ready to. It had a feather over.
bald eagles have got to be the only species where the males want to bald completely as fast as possible.
Right.
The opposite
It
of
was
the human male.
Humiliating to have any hair.
Right? You can't be like a curly-headed eagle. Only not everyone be the symbol of
Nice
freedom
perm,
and patriotism.
Thanks. I got my perm just the other day.
Bald eagle.
Yeah, that's my animal of choice. Being a bald guy.
A perm. Oh, the bald eagle. Bald eagle. Yes, bald
Yes,
eagle.
not the perm.
Well, I was picturing a bald eagle with a little perm wig on top of it.
Like Mr. Brady.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And hoping it would fall out.
Hey, so there's a story I saw about this lottery winner, and I had a question about it. This is a guy, I can't remember what
Am I the winner?
Did you win?
Because that'd be the most exciting surprise news I've gotten today. Did you buy me a ticket and I won?
Are you a Michigan man?
I could be. I could identify as a Michigan man.
So this Michigan man is on his way home, and he decides at the last second to buy a lottery ticket.
Ooh, as you do, following that joyful impulse.
Right, and then he comes home and he said he wasn't going to play it at all, but then he decides to stop and buy a ticket. The next day he calls Michigan Lottery's winning number hotline, which I've never done that, but he calls the hotline, I guess because he did not want to purchase a newspaper that announced the winning lottery numbers, maybe. But
Nobody's
then,
purchasing newspapers, I don't think.
No, that's true. That's true. We're not even in Michigan. But he says when all my numbers were read off, I shouted, "Heck yeah!" And I instantly felt numb, and I still do weeks later. And so that's the story of a lottery winner who didn't want to get a ticket, gets a ticket, and wins. And guess how much he won? This, in the age of $2 billion tickets.
Whoa. I have no idea. It's
$25K
millions.
$25K a year.
$25,000
a year.
A year for life.
For life.
Damn.
But that's.
I mean, I don't want to sound complainy, but I'm having mixed reactions.
That's what I had too. I was like,
It's like
I won. Wait, did I?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly. Ooh, I got helped out.
Yay! I can buy a motorcycle.
Damn, because that's like half the amount of the lowest amount, kind of cost of living for a year. On the low end is $50,000, right?
Right, you wouldn't be able to quit your day job.
You couldn't quit your job. Damn, and that's the one thing that most people want to do when you win the lottery is can quit my job.
Finally. So I thought that was interesting. Like, I would definitely want to win that. I would take $25,000 a year.
Hell yeah! I mean, I'd be excited
taxes,
to win $20 on a scratch off.
I don't know if this was with or without taxes taken out already, but with that, there's not even probably any taxes on it. That's not enough. It's not enough. Can you just keep it all, you poor thing?
Wow. I mean, still super exciting. Amazeballs. I would love to win it. I mean, I would take easily because then at least I only have to figure out. Well, at least there's $25,000 a year less that you have to figure out how you're going to cover.
Right, and that is something that I think I would take. And the poor guy, the worst part of the story.
What?
He lives in Michigan.
Oh, wait, what? What's wrong with Michigan?
I'm an Ohio guy.
Oh, do y'all have beef like Texans and Oklahomans?
Exactly.
Oh, I get it then. Yeah. Oh, he's like that?
I
get it. Yep. Fucking Michigan.
So fuck that guy. It's $25,000. What kind of lottery does Michigan have? $25,000 a year. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I guess that says something more about Michigan because it is a state by state thing, right?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
You're right. That's their big. We're here based in Dallas, where Texas. We are obsessed with everything being big. Go big or go home.
Go home.
I think we do probably 15 free guns and $8 million if you win, and a bunch of beef.
Beef, pile on the beef.
That's a bunch of meat. Some
I won. Did we get beef? Oh, of course we got beef.
Hell yeah, it's Texas.
On top of a monetary fund.
When you gonna stop asking me that?
$25,000 a year. What? Send that back. Fuck them. Just keep the beef.
I'm insulted.
I'm insulted by that lottery winning.
I'm not a mediocre winner. I go big or go home, so just take it back.
And then you'd have to tell everybody that, hey, I heard you won the lottery. Hey, buddy, can I borrow some money? But I only have $25,000.
Built in for that. That's probably easier. Someone hears you won
I only won
$20 million.
Grand. Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's like really.
It's not even enough to pay off my credit cards this year.
I'm just going to stop doing the Uber Eats on top of my other job. That's what it is. But I don't have extra yet. Don't have extra.
Call me in 10 or 15 years when I've accumulated a couple $100,000.
What would be cool is, say you just keep living your life the way you are before you had any extra money a year.
Right.
And for at least a few years.
Just bank that money.
Just invest $25,000. Because I assume you at least get it all at one lump sum, maybe?
I'm guessing.
Or you could probably guess monthly payments.
I'm guessing.
Or each year. Because now that provides a really interesting opportunity to do some things. To even, on your own, find a way to collect a little chunk of money to start to invest in some real estate and to do you could turn that into something.
$25,000 worth of lemon heads and Good and Plenties, and I'm going to eat them all.
You know what? Maybe Michigan's onto something, because have you seen so many of these stories, little documentaries about winning the lottery ruined my life?
Yeah.
Where people win huge amounts.
Yeah, they don't know how to handle it.
Totally unprepared to be in that situation. The fucking crashes and burns pretty quickly,
Rich
right?
people very rarely win the lottery.
So many people have that horrible story. This actually is a way more interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough to all of a sudden you start thinking you can buy jets and fly, trying to just imitate what you think is a rich lifestyle.
You can fly on a jet.
You still have to stay grounded because you can't fully quit your job.
You can afford a ticket, say if you live in Michigan, you can afford a ticket to get down to Pennsylvania.
But it gives you enough to see if you now want to use your own mind, creativity, understanding things, investment. You could grow that into a really big thing, and maybe that's actually a better way to win.
Well, and you could pay off your credit card debt. You could use that to simply pay off your credit card debt, which will become like its own set of income once that's paid off.
I would have hoped I would have filed bankruptcy right before that big win.
Oh my God, wouldn't that? Yeah, you have
I
to.
wouldn't want to. But I mean, obviously, yes, you're going to do all those things. Yes.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, it's $25,000 a year. So, you have plenty of time to do your plan.
It's true. You can do both plans. All plans are possible.
All plans
you know what? Hats off to you, Michigan. I mean, I know you can't stand them on principle. I get it. You're from Ohio, but I'm from Texas.
OSU.
I don't have beef with them.
Buckeyes.
I got to say, I'm curious to see in the future, in the next few decades, how many Michigan winners maybe have a success story. I won the lottery and created like future generational wealth.
No, I think
have
Michigan
built something.
has $1 million lotteries as well. I don't think this is their big jackpot. Yeah, I think they have multiple games. This was just one of the games that was won.
If they didn't, though, I was just saying, this is a great new approach.
I don't want our listeners to think that Michigan has only a $25,000 jackpot.
Why? What do you care? If they're your sworn enemy,
because
wouldn't you be all for...
Well, because I don't want to be accused of lying about Michigan just to make them look bad. What I would do instead is just have someone Google a picture of someone from Michigan and let that speak for itself. Boom.
Oh, ouch.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom. Well, they say the same stuff about us. You can't blame them.
I had no idea today that I might be in a situation where I'm offending Michigan.
Yeah.
People from Michigan. Because I totally don't want to. Because honestly, I don't have any beef with Michiganians.
Well,
Michiganers.
when we start getting all these emails, I'll answer them. It won't be up to you.
Your tone, I don't know. It's not going to be good. It's going to be confrontational, I think.
Well, yeah, because you're doubting that people from Michigan write or know about technology. So that's cool. I get that.
Oh, my gosh. Y'all have deep beef.
Boom.
Dang.
Beefing it.
Wow. All right. Well, good luck with that, Ohio and Michigan.
Yeah, it's a battle.
Well, I guess we'll all just have to be aware that we might possibly be being invaded by alligators, but not only alligators, possibly highly evolved, super sophisticated and organized alien alligator beings from the center of our Earth. It's happening.
Is it alien alligators or alien alligators or alligator aliens?
It's the first question I'm going to ask those dudes when I meet one.
Try asking it. It's really hard. I just stumbled on it like 3 times. Alligator aliens or aliens alligators?
I'll have to practice alligator aliens. Are you an alien alligator or an alligator alien?
Oh, good. Nice reading.
Boom. I'm ready to do it.
I'll
be the
dear
front
President and Vice President, we have someone to send to the alligator aliens or the alien alligators. She's able to...
Either way, I can say it.
She can manhandle that thing.
I can switch those words. I can say it.
I can say it.
It's pretty good. Can I list that? Is that a special skill on a resume?
Put it on your resume.
Luke, thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Let's have another one.
Indeed.